Hey everybody, it's Steve from Corporate Gone Country. I'm just an ex-corporate guy trying to do country things. And the country thing I'm doing today is working on this Harbor Freight 10-ton hydraulic manual log splitter. It's got a little problem with an attachment, a bracket that was welded on to the unit, but it popped off, so we have to reattach it. And once I repair it, I'll test it out with various size logs and we'll review how it performs. Now, I bought this unit a couple years ago. It was 149 bucks. I looked at the Harbor Freight website, and 2 years later, here in 2024, it's still 149 bucks. It's not a high quantity log splitter. It's a nice little workout though when you use it. So if you're making firewood, this is a good thing to do for a campfire, that type of thing. But if you're looking to heat your home for the winter, this is not your log splitter. So what happened with this unit is this little bracket here that goes on this U-bolt and holds down this hydraulic ram. This bracket popped off during use. So the weld metal broke, or the welds broke. So I've already done a little work on this. I've ground simply with my DeWalt grinder. I've ground the old weld metal down to bright metal, and so it's ready to reattach. All I got to do is remove a couple of bolts back here, pull these springs out, take that little nut off right there, and we can get that ram out so we can weld that bracket back on. So these bolts come out real easy with a 5/8 socket. These just slide out of the holes that they're in. And to get these springs out, you just simply pull them and detach them. U-bolt comes off and the ram comes off. And we've exposed the area where we need to weld this bracket back on. There was some old metal, weld metal right there. And I simply took my grinder and I ground it flush. So this kind of interlocks with the other one. It goes in the reverse direction of it, and we'll just weld it. Well, that's not the prettiest weld in the world, but it'll do for somebody who doesn't weld. So let's put this contraption back together. $17mm. So that bracket's repaired. I got to reattach these springs. And then this just goes right in that notch right there. And that's all back together. Okay, I got a 6-inch log on here. That's hardwood. The first thing I do is turn this knob all the way tight. That gets it to a state where it'll push the ram. And then you work these levers. One of them is more powerful but a shorter stroke. The other one is less powerful but it's a longer stroke. So this is the one on the right side that provides the best leverage, but it's a shorter stroke. And now that it's busted, I can just run both the levers and then turn this knob to the left to back the ram off. And I got a split piece of wood. This is 7 inches. This is hardwood. Back off the ram. Those springs here bring it back to the starting position. Okay, my weld repair worked. So now I just need to find some bigger logs, see how large I can go with this. Okay, I have some larger logs now. I'm going to try. These are all pine. That's an 8-inch log. That's a 10-inch log in the middle. And all the way over there is a 12-inch log. First, the 8-inch log. Now this log has a flat end on it where when we sawed it with the chainsaw, it's flat. So that goes up against the ram better. If you can cut the ends flat, that helps more. So this log is splitting pretty well. And we'll just let this off. The ram will come back. We'll take this off. And, well, I could have left it on there a little longer. Do it again. And I just busted my bracket that I had welded on in the repair video, so that didn't work out. So that's kind of disappointing. And so the results of this were fair. Not too thrilled with that. Okay, now I got this broke bracket here. Obviously I'm not a very good welder. I can see that I just kind of dabbed it. That's my fault, but the thing shouldn't have broke in the first place. Now let's try a bigger log here. This is a 10-inch log. Again, I got longer travel with this lever, and I got stronger travel with this lever. Still busted the 10-inch log or split it. That worked out better. All right, let's try that 12-inch log here. And both ends are pretty flat. You know, one of the secrets of doing this is I'm just wasting a lot of time right here getting my ram to travel all the way back to where the log starts. Had I stopped the ram when it was retracting earlier, I wouldn't have to go through all this wasted motion. Now you can see that I'm only up about, I'm not even halfway to the middle of the log. So that wedge is only covering about a third of the log. And I can't even move this left-handed lever. So the only thing that's going to work is this more powerful right-handed lever here. And it is splitting the wood. And that's what it did. So it did split the wood. See if I can put it down like this and get some more out of it. And it went ahead and split that. I think this is about as much work as it would be with an axe. Anyway, I prefer this because it's more of a kind of cardio workout. So I turned those 3 logs into that little pile of firewood right there, and that'll dry out better and that'll be good for a campfire. So what do I think about this machine? Well, it was $149. It broke. Still usable, but eventually this is going to break here. You can make it work on 12-inch logs. I mean, obviously I just demonstrated it here. I think it's probably better for up to 8-inch. You know, you can, this wedge here seems to be about 4 inches high, so that's going to get you halfway through an 8-inch log when you lay it down here on the I-beam. I can go back and try to fix this again, maybe get a guy who's better at welding than I am. So for 150 bucks, you know, it's borderline okay. Even though it's cheap, you want something that works. It does work. It doesn't do really big logs, but it busted. And while it still is operable, it's not ideal. So I don't know, jury's still out on this. I'll see if I can fix it again. But in the meantime, if you pick one up, you might want to put in the comments or something how your experience was. But mine was mixed result. So there you have it. Thanks for watching this episode of Corporate Gone Country. We really appreciate your viewership and hope to see you on a future video. And if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Bye now.